If you've ever been to that contemporary Japanese restaurant called Nobu, you would have certainly tried their crispy rice with tuna. It is a standout dish, and I'm going to try and replicate it for you today. So we'll start with the rice. Now you need some sushi rice, and I've just cooked this as per my packet instruction. I'm going to take the cling film off because you want it to be hot and steamy when you add some of your vinegar and sugar. So in with the sugar, and the reason vinegar and sugar is added to sushi rice like this is to not only season it, but it's also going to help separate our little grains here because it is known to be quite sticky. So you can see already that's looking quite nice. Now we're actually going to take away all the fluffiness out of this rice because we want to make it quite flat so we can cut it into bite-sized pieces to crisp up later. So I've just got one tray here and I've popped some cling film in the base of it. We're going to pour our sushi rice onto it. And then just with the back of the spoon, you can see how the rice is now easy to manage because it's not so sticky because of the vinegar and the sugar that we've added to it. And if it's not as even as you like it, don't worry. What I'm going to do is press down on it again so it's quite even. But I do like to just have some excess cling film and cover it, and this is just going to help make it much easier to remove from the tray after it's chilled. To ensure that it's quite even and compact, another tray on top and then press down on it. Okay, stage one, this can actually be done 2 to 3 days in advance. Just make sure it's super chilled before you cut that. So into the fridge. Okay, while the rice is chilling, let's get on to the famous dressing. It starts with a base of whole egg mayonnaise into a bowl, along with some chili sauce. I'm using a hot chili sauce. This is made of fermented chilies, sugar and salt, and there's some garlic in it too. So there's lots of lovely flavour in here. And you can add a small amount, or if you can handle the heat, a little more. I'm going to give this a bit of a kick. To this, I want a thin consistency of soy sauce. I'm going to use a light soy sauce, so a good splash. And I love the nutty flavour of sesame oil, so a few drops of sesame oil. To this, I want some extra zing, so the zest of about half of this lemon, and I'm not going to add any of the juice. I just want a real punch of zest in this. So we'll grate that in there. And some sesame seeds to really accentuate that sesame oil flavour. So white sesame seeds and some spring onions. So I just want about 3/4 of the spring onions, gather them together and then finely chop them. That should do it. Okay, in they go. And now I'm going to give this a really good mix and also have a taste of it. Always have your sauces on standby. So if you need to add a little bit more chilli or some seasoning, some saltiness, you can always add some more light soy. Grab a little spoon, have a taste. It's that signature dressing that you get with the tuna. It is so good. All right, I'm going to pop that to the side. And now for the tuna. Look at this stunning piece of tuna. And what I'm going to do is just cut this into really tiny cubes. And I'm going to mix that into the dressing later on. Just place it into the freezer for about 20 to 30 minutes, just so it firms up and it'll just be so much easier to slice through. So I'm just going to dice this and then toss it through our dressing. The tuna has been cubed nicely and we can fold it through our dressing. So pop it in. We want to be quite delicate at this stage, so we don't want to mash that tuna, just fold it through so we still get those distinctive cubes. Pop that to one side and let's get onto the rice. I've just taken it out of the fridge. It's completely chilled, and this is where that cling film has really come in handy because it's just going to pop out quite easily. And we'll take it out of the cling film. And before I slice this, we're just going to heat up some vegetable oil. So we want to just add about 1/4 cup of the oil into a pan. You want that to be quite hot. And then to slice this, I'm just going to cut down the centre to start with. If you want to be pedantic, you can get a ruler out. I'm not a ruler kind of girl in the kitchen, so I'm just going to roughly measure it. So 4 battens, just trim the edge, and you can see it's really holding its shape nicely. So we'll start with one. So you want them to be bite-sized, so about 5 centimetres by 2 centimetres. So once that oil is piping hot, we're going to fry these until they're crispy and golden on both sides. Then I'm just going to slice up a little bit of avocado and we can plate up. Okay, all of our components are ready to go so we can plate up. The final thing I'm preparing is the jalapeno garnish. So it's just fine slices of jalapeno on top. And to dress this, we'll start with some avocado, thin slices of avocado on each. And do allow that rice to cool down because you don't want it to be piping hot as that avocado goes on top, and then that raw tuna. And that takes moments to cool down. And another thin slice of that avocado. And then our stunning tuna here. So I'm just going to quenelle it so it's really quite compact, but you can just add dollops on top of this and be quite generous with it. So that's the first one. And the second. And if you've got a little party coming up, you want to do something quite special, start the party with this canapé because it'll be super popular. It's looking good. A final flourish of sesame seeds. This time I've got black sesame seeds. You could just use the white sesame seeds if you like. And whenever you go to Nobu, you'll notice that signature jalapeno on top because you know as soon as this comes to the table, it's going to be so delicious. We'll place this onto a plate for presentation, line them up like little soldiers, and that right there is a little bundle of joy. Texturally perfect, crispy, crunchy rice, buttery tuna that's been coated in the most delicious sauce made out of hot chili sauce, light soy, and sesame. All right, enough talking, I've got to have a taste. The best thing about making this at home is you don't have to settle just on one or two like you would at a restaurant. You can make a few of these and really dig in because they are just so addictive. One will simply not do.